Let's go. Collab Gem.
Yes, sir. Collab Gem, baby.
Another episode, and today's a special one.
Yes, we got a special guest.
Yeah, it's a special one today. Let's play the intro. I can't talk, and it just started.
The outro. The in outro.
Yeah, let's start by the end. Fuck it. No, let's get the intro going, and let's get to it.
Yeah, boy.
So, what's good? What's good? We're here again.
Yeah, man.
Hope your week has been good.
It's been all right.
It's been good with me. Yeah. We got a guest today, our very first guest of the podcast. I'm excited about this, man.
Yeah, man.
We got Dank on board.
Dank
What's up, Dank?
Zavala. Let's
How's it
go,
going?
baby.
It's Dank Zavala, by the way.
Oh.
No worries, bro. No worries.
I messed up already. Come on, man. I'm slipping.
Bruh.
I heard my name's been saying that way before, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's just my country accent. That's all it is.
Is that your actual name, or is it like stage name?
Zavala is my last name. My real name is that people call me Chris for Christian, you know. So I just kind of just replaced the CRIS from Chris with Dank, you know, add some flavor to it.
Gotcha. No, that's dope. I didn't know that. But yeah, it's always a pain in the ass to understand how to say other people's names, especially when there's like difference in languages. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to go risk the Zavala by saying it wrong.
Hey, I went for it and I failed.
No worries, bro. I just so it doesn't get announced that way again.
No, for sure.
No, I got you. I got you, bro.
But if you have an accent, like you can't help it.
Yeah, that's true.
So do however you got to say it. Just
Sure.
do your thing.
No, but Dank and just playing it safe. Dank is on board.
Yeah.
Dank is a really dope rapper. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself and give people your background. We really wanted you on board because I've been knowing you for a while now, and yeah, bro. I think it's a good thing to have you here. So let people know who you are, and yeah.
The one and only Dank Zavala, you know, born and raised at Mount Vernon, Washington. That's in a little town in Skagit County up in the Northwest. That's where I'm from. Man, just been making music since I could remember. Just fell in love with the art. Didn't even realize that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life that young. But, just as I grew older and the songs got more incredible, I was like, man, like, why would I want to pursue anything else passion-wise? This is Yeah, man, I grew a lot through this art form into claiming who I am, Dank Zavala, 100% to the fullest. Like, I don't know, man, like, honestly, where I'm at right now, musically, I couldn't be more prouder of myself. I'm just a person, end of the day, with a lot of integrity, a lot of creative points and sides of me that I just like to blossom out of this dark room I'm in. You know, I had to open the blinds just to show my face in here.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, I'm just a guy that just I don't know, bro. Dank Zavala is Dank Zavala, and one day the world will see exactly what I'm
For
talking
sure,
about.
man. I mean,
Most definitely.
we did mention you. You probably don't know this, but we did mention you on one of our previous episodes because we were talking about like the connection between the producer and an artist and how usually artists hit up producers and vice versa. And to me, as my personal experience, you've been one of the top artists to ever hit me up because you do keep it real like 100% of the time. From the music to the business side of it, there's never no bullshit in between us, and you're always very straightforward, and you're also a very comprehensive type of dude. And that's something I really value a lot. I know the Rel does as well. And yeah, so I do know what Dank Zavala means because definitely you're on top of my list when it comes to like artist integrity.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate those words for real. But yeah, like you said, I mean, I think what you saw in me from just like us communicating with each other this past couple of years was just like I'm just an honest person, and I just try to keep connections genuine as possible. I think I told you this story before, but like I used to, before we even contacted each other, like I would stumble across your beats on YouTube, and I would rap over some of them just like for fun, some SoundCloud stuff, before we even knew each other.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I told myself that one day, like this is the type of producer that I want to build a connection with somehow, eventually. But once I get my sound right, at least to a certain point where I'm confident enough to reach out, and actually be like, hey man, I want to buy some beats. And then yeah, man, just little down the line, it just like would buy beats from you, and it just turned into like a genuine mutual connection. And I feel like that's really important for producers to keep in mind when they're reaching out to artists, rather than, you know, trying to sell them something real quick. It's really easy to spot out when like a message is like really genuine and like something's just copy and pasted, you know.
Facts.
So I just keep that in mind. The producers that I have in my corner, such as the Plan Beats, and I say that because like, you know, the type of sound at least I try to go for. I know what's not me. You understand that and you respect that. Another important part about the whole producer and artist working together. I'm gonna say, yeah, man, like you're a real ass dude, obviously, from like what we talked about. Like we're just some regular people with jobs, with passion for the music and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yeah, man, it's not hard to tell. Like you'll see it eventually with like the people that you work with, who's who, and what they really care about, what they stand for. And yeah, man.
100%, bro. I really do appreciate that. But that is a good way of starting out, because you mentioned that a part of yourself when you were starting to freestyle on my beats and dropping bars on my beats is you wanted to actually get yourself settled into that type of sound before you actually hit me up or anything. And that's a good perspective, because I don't think I ever thought about that in that sense. But how do you go about actually networking with other producers? So do you always want to feel comfortable with their beats before you actually go the extra mile with them? Do you just try to build a connection from the get-go and then figure it out? Or is it always somewhat the same type of process?
I mean, for sure, definitely, I gotta hear something appealing, something that makes sense for me to get on, like instrumental wise. Like, of course, someone sends me their BeatStars catalog. I'll go through it and I'll check what they have. And if I don't hear anything that stands out to me, then I'll just kindly say it's just not what I'm looking for. You know, maybe reach out to me later when you got some new ones. But it's just like that. I mean, I tell them to keep pushing. I give them my little motivational advice that I really mean from the heart, because I feel like, I mean, you got to be, like I said, just got to be real. Tell them, hey, man, it's just not what I'm looking for. It's not saying that the beats suck. It's just that it's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm really picky. You know, I'm really picky with my beats. Like,
Yeah.
you can send me like 20, I'll pick out like 5 out of them. It's not that they're bad. It's just that I'm trying to develop a sound and just trying to get eventually, you know, just kind of building that
Be coherent.
Dank Zavala theme sonically, with the beat selection.
Yeah.
But if I do find something in your catalog, then I would definitely write to it first, and then I'll hit you up, be like, hey man, I want to buy that beat. And then after I record to that beat, not only do I want to impress myself, because I really just try to impress myself with the music. I don't really try to go for what's hot and what everyone else wants to hear, but I do always intend to impress the producer.
Yeah.
Just so I can show them that I'm not fucking around, that I'm actually, they can hear the passion behind every word and how I say it.
Yeah.
And the mixing, because I mix all my stuff as well. Just like that practice, like that course itself, like took a lot of time to get where I'm at, and I'm still learning. Sometimes I feel like I don't even do this shit right, but it's just like,
No, it sounds clean. It sounds clean, bro.
Yeah, it really does. It sounds amazing.
I appreciate it. And it's just really just, I don't know, because I am a producer myself. I was more back in the day, but I never went hard on selling them, you know? End of the day, I feel like I'm more of an artist, like overall, because I do go back to the beats here and there. So I do know the hard work that it takes to put down in an instrumental. It's not just you put together some loops and you got to mix that. You got to flip those loops if you use them. If you're a good producer, I feel like if you sample, like you got to flip those really good to make it just stand out in your own style. And I totally respect that, man, because producing is an art itself, just like, you know, music in general. So really, I just keep in mind that there's a lot of hard work. And that's why I give them motivational advice or like my real input, like, hey, this is dope, or it's not what I'm looking for, but keep going because this shit is dope.
Do you feel that by having your own and like also being a producer, even if not your main focus, but understanding the producer side of it helps you understand and give extra value to the producer than you would probably have if you weren't a producer, if you didn't have that type of experience? Because a lot of times, and I'm not going to say everyone, and luckily it's becoming less of a thing, but producers are overlooked when it comes to music. Unless you're already a huge name, the artists will do what they have to do, and the producer might or might not get credited. The producer might or might not even get paid. And so, to what extent do you feel like actually being a producer yourself helps you give value to other producers, such as myself and others with whom you work with?
I mean, all the times that I would produce for other people, other artists, the only thing I would tell them, because like I said, I wasn't heavy on the hustle game of the instrumentals, because really I was just learning and I just wanted to get better. So before I went about selling the beats, I actually had like some skill behind it, not just like I just started, right? So with that being said, when I would make beats for other artists for free, all I would ask for is just credit. Like, dude, don't forget my credit, bro. That's all I'm asking for.
Yep.
Whether it's in the description, you don't got to put it in the title. If it's like on YouTube, I understand that. But like SoundCloud, just upload it like a SoundCloud track, put my name on the produced by, you know. And I do that with every producer that I work with on SoundCloud. When it comes to Spotify, Apple Music, all those major platforms, I make sure I make sure not only for myself, but for all my musical peers are like, hey man, make sure you guys get the producer credits in there, the engineering, the person who made the beat, make sure it's in there in the description somewhere, because I take that serious. I think that's also another good way to keep the connection going for with the producer and artist, because I mean, everybody needs their credit.
And I can vouch for that. I remember the very first, I don't remember if it was the first beat or second beat, but one of the first beats that you bought was actually a collab that I had with DJ Pain 1. And I remember you went through the lengths of sending me a DM, like asking my info for DistroKid. You didn't have the contact for DJ Pain 1, so you asked me to try to get it from him, which I did. And so you really went like through the process that every artist should go to, because like it's an art that we're all putting into, and you followed the steps like correctly.
For sure.
That's one of the things that made me respect you from the get-go.
That's what put me on. Like, I was like, oh snap, I seen the DistroKid split and everything. I was like, oh, this guy, he gets it. He understands, bro.
I'm saying, man.
He understands. Because a lot of artists forget about that part. Like, they just like, I'm just by the beat, that's it. I'm not splitting nothing. So when you do find an artist that goes that extra step and mile, it means a whole lot.
For sure. And I kind of had that idea from the jump, but I kind of just trusted my gut, and then went ahead and asked Plan Beats, like you said, like, hey, what's your distro, email, whatnot, with all my producers, man. And even when I'm talking to a producer, I'm like, hey man, what's your distro? And he's like, no, that's all you. I'm like, are you sure? I'll ask him, are you sure, like 10 times, because it doesn't feel right. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm still learning about the whole splits game. Everybody does it differently. But I do believe that the producer is like at least half the factor of that song that you made. So you got to give them, if they hooked you up with the beat on some good deal, you got to at least give them 50%. I'm going to say that. And Plan Beats knows that, you know, if they made the whole beat, at least. It depends on how many collaborators there are. Everybody, like I said, everybody does their thing different. But I like a lot of my, like if a friend of mine gives me a beat, I would make sure I give him 50% for sure off top.
I was going to ask, how do you feel about artists that feel like producers do nothing?
Entitlements, motherfucker. What the hell? Yeah. That's just really naive, man, and disrespectful. That's disrespectful to the whole art form, I would say. Like, that's not cool. Like, that's how you burn a bridge right there, man, for sure.
True.
And it's not just between the producers, between all producers, because you're just putting them all in a pack and throwing them out the trash.
Yeah.
But then what are you going to do? Are you going to release acapellas all the time? Like, what's the deal?
Right? You're going to beatbox your instrumental after that?
Motherfucker making a beat on the table and shit.
Yeah. I mean, those come out fire sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's throwbacks.
But imagine a whole Spotify playlist like that, though.
Oh, man.
Nah, bro, but that's definitely a very respectful perspective. I always really liked in you and any other producer and any other artist, that goes through that route. But like going a bit more in depth, do you include your producers? So if you get a beat from a producer, how much do you include them in the actual track? How much do you feel like they can still provide extra value to it by being included in that project?
When I'm working with an instrumental from a producer, no matter no matter who it is, 10 times out of 10, I got them on social media somewhere. So I reach out to them when the song is probably done, when I'm like all excited about it, like, hey man, I got this amazing track to this beat of yours. I'll keep you updated on what's the move on this. Am I going to project? It might be going on a video. But say like there is a video that's in the works for a song that's with your beat being used, I'll let you know. I'll give you the full scoop on the drop and all that. And as long as you seem interested, then I'll keeping you updated, you know. And if you want to push it, then I would always appreciate that. That's to any producer, you know. But every now and then there's like that producer that like, but they're just not on social media that much, and like they kind of just don't care.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it. Like not everybody's on social media. It could be nerve-wracking. Like sometimes I'm off fucking my phone. I try to be, because it's just, I don't know. So I respect everybody's lifestyle, and you know, not wanting to be on all platforms like that, even if you are a producer. Because I know some people just want to make their money. Like I know some BeatStar producers are just like, they just want to make their money, but they don't really post a damn thing. But their beats are really dope, really, really dope. So it's just, I don't know. I gotta respect that. But especially, yeah, for like a project, I'm like, hey, this beat's going on a project, and if it's on a project, like a full body work, then that means a lot to me. So I definitely fill you in on the scoop, because yeah, I don't always drop projects, and when I do, it's like something that a lot of hard work gets put into. And I mean, you're part of the music. Why not let you in on what's going on?
Yeah. So like getting feedback from the producer can always be useful for you during the process of the actual creation of it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'll be like, I might even send you a preview. Especially only if you're the producer, actually. Like, that's the only way you'll get a preview before it drops. Like, hey, what do you think of this? Yeah, and just to also like get the excitement going, the momentum, because I mean that's always good energy adding to the vibe, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And you did release a couple of albums in the past 2 years, right? Reflections was the latest one.
Correct.
And that project was fire.
Fire.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
That project was fire. Rendezvous was also amazing.
Yes, dope.
Are there a lot of producers in these projects? I know you dropped a project with just Nez. I hope I'm not saying his name wrong, but
yeah, no, you got that correct. That's Nez from Maryland. That's my homie, man. Really young. He just, I don't know. He just reached out. He was like making beats for a lot of people around where I live, to the point where I thought he lived around here. And come to find out, he's like all the way across the country. I'm like, holy shit. And like, you know, me and him got a solid connection where we even flew him out here, had him stay at my house, and like we worked on that. We pretty much glued the missing pieces to that project, Reflections.
Yeah.
And then Rendezvous, that had all sorts of producers that I just started building connections with. Like I got like 3 or 4 planned beats, instrumentals in there. You got one of the collabs with Daryl Banks.
Yeah, I think a couple of them are collabs with Wherelse.
Yeah, well, I think I got like a few of your beats in there, right?
Yeah, I think like 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. For sure, bangers. But yeah, that one's kind of like almost feels like a compilation of producers, because I have so many different producers on there, and I kind of wanted to. I did that on purpose, because just like the theme of Rendezvous, you know, Rendezvous could be not only like just meeting up with somebody, but like it'd be like a popular gathering, you know, like a festivity. So I kind of like, that's why I have like somewhat a good number of collabs. I'm really like, when it comes to a theme of something, I really go for like the Easter egg type things when it comes to these projects. And like, I don't know, I just take notes from the greats, man, the ones that I pay attention to. And I don't know, man, I just try to like be really artistic, and more than just the music, but like artwork, videos, anything I do, man. But yeah, mainly the music though.
Did you find a different type of process when doing a whole album with just one producer versus doing an album with various producers? And was it like maybe not better or worse than one than the other, but how did you find the processes to be different from each other?
So like first off, like Rendezvous, like I remember like it was yesterday, started recording that after I got laid off from a job that I was at for a good while. And I just had like half a year just going in on music, like going straight the fuck in on music. Like I had more time, and I just had all these beats that I was collecting prior to that, and finally had the time to sit down and write to them, and then really just sequence these songs through like a track list that makes sense. Like every song has to make sense after another. Try to like play it out like a little movie. But yeah, that's kind of how I start my projects for now. Maybe my process will change.
Yeah.
As far as Reflections, like almost like the same thing. I didn't have that much time on my hands, but I did have these songs that were grouped together, produced by the same producer. And then once I had like a concept building, I was like, holy shit. Contacted my homie Nez. I was like, hey man, you should fly over here for the summer. It's gonna be fun, nice weather. I feel like you could also help me find these missing pieces to this project. We can put the glue in this, you know. And like I'll fly out here and just show you around, Yeah, man. To keep it real, man, like what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that these projects that I put out are really just songs that were unintentionally projects at first. And it was really just some loose songs that ended up building like a storyline, but also like, I don't know, like it's just, I just go by what the universe is telling me, bro.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta feel
if I gotta go through a situation that I know I'm not gonna like, I know that I'm gonna get a good song out of it. End of the day, I'm gonna be like, if I like, that's how I look at anything. It's like I get inspired by like all sorts of things, like the ups and the downs,
right,
whatnot.
Yeah, seeing the glass half full at least.
Yeah, yep. I like that.
Yeah, that's a cool way of seeing it.
I hope I answered your question because I tend to derail sometimes.
No. It was clarifying. Yeah.
Cool.
Don't worry about it. He derails a lot, so it's no problem.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, we all do.
The other podcast episodes are literally 80% me talking and the Rel just sipping on his drink and 20% like, yeah, The Rel is basically here only to open up for the ad read. That's all that is.
Yep, that's my only job.
Yeah, and for the title of the podcast to make sense.
I would have had myself a little drink right now if it wasn't so early. That's why I had my coffee.
Hey man, it's almost 7 p.m. here, so it's 7 p.m. somewhere.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, it's 2 here, so I'm good to go.
It's not even 12 over here.
Oh man.
Damn,
It's not even noon.
still early.
Yeah, we starting early. Yeah, the time zone differences are a pain.
Yeah, for real.
No, but that did clear me up in a sense. And do you find, because you do have features with other rappers, I assume you're friends or something of the sort at least. Do you find it, because we have worked together, and I know that you and Nez, like you're saying, have actually been in the studio together. Do you find it, how do I put it? Like, how different is it to collaborate with an artist versus collaborating with a producer in the studio? Because it's different types of ideas going around, right? It's lyrically and flow versus.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like a producer, I feel like a good producer is gonna try like do their best to like help you make that song as great as possible, whether it's with their input, just anything they could add to that instrumental or that whole vibe. That's the good thing about having a producer in the room. Sometimes that's how I feel with my friends, you know, like I never hold back on sharing the sauce. Like anything I learn, like, hey man, you should try this. Like,
Yeah.
I just read up on this. Let's try this. And then as far as like artists with another artist in the room, if you're both vocalists, you're gonna be trying to come up with vocals together, right? You don't really have that much input on the instrumental, especially if the producer's not in there, or if you don't have contact with them of any sort. So that's why it's really important to network well with anybody that takes part in that song, whether it's the producer, the mixing engineer, the artist. Y'all got to be on the same on board about like if you guys are building an idea together from scratch. You know, it's always good to communicate and don't hold back on ideas. Like, don't be afraid to say no to an idea, and also don't be afraid to bring up an idea. Like, it's a whole playground when you're in the studio, but it's all about just it's all about knowing what sounds right to the ear and like your heart, and just try not to get confused with like the outside sound, what's popping, whatnot. But that's why you need like good producers / artists on board that just like know good music, and that's why I mess with the Plant Beats and Darrell Banks, because you guys have like a unique like sonic sound that I can't explain. Like, I really thought you're from Brazil too, bro. Cause it's different. It sounds like foreign in a way, like in a good way.
Right.
Yeah. Darrell has a lot of versatility.
Yeah.
So you can do it all in every single day.
All I make is trap beats. What are you talking about?
I think that's what makes a great artist.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what makes a great artist for sure. Versatility.
That's always a sensitive topic. I feel like I don't think it's necessarily an artist thing. I think it's just like any type of creative, which is getting constructive criticism and taking it as either that or as either like an attack towards what you're doing. And obviously it really depends on how the person who is giving you the criticism is coming about it. But have you had these types of experiences where you had to understand the weights of like, is he giving me actual criticism like that I can build off of, or is he just being a dick?
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's usually with like other rappers that were like, that you got to watch out for. You like, they'll be the ones that like throw a slight remark, you know. But I mean, if you know what sound you're trying to go for, then go for that sound. But like, if someone that's not involved in that song throws out something that knock off your confidence, like, dude, just rub it off your shoulders like it's nothing. Really, like I said, you just gotta know what your vision is with the music that you're making. I'm at the point with this music shit where if someone were to take me off, say I get on a verse for somebody and the verse wasn't what they were looking for on their song, I totally respect that. Even after I laid down my vocals and took my time to write down the songwriting, because I take the songwriting serious. But even then, if that's not what you're looking for your song after we record it, after that long time of recording and whatnot, I can't be mad because I'm at the point where I'm doing the same thing when like I invite somebody to get on one of my songs as far as vocals and it's not what I'm looking for. I'll be like, hey man, like this is dope, and I'm not deleting it, but this song is this verse isn't what I was looking for. And like, for example, I got this song that I recorded like last year and it's a banger, and I recorded a friend that I met around that time from another town around here, and I invited him to the crib, and the verse wasn't what I was looking for. And it's no disrespect, but he took it professionally, you know, he didn't get upset about it. But then like later this year, just recently, the song that I recorded last year, I asked someone else to get on it, and like it was the vibe that I was looking for. And so like that just goes to say, like, sometimes you know what you're going for. Like, you know, like I said, like I know what I want Dank Zavala to sound like. And I also know that the potential is limitless. I'm always trying to be better than I was yesterday, like not only as an artist but human being, you know. So yeah. And also like if you do get upset about that, it says a lot about just how much you understand about collaborations, you know. Like if someone were to like flip out on me for taking the verse off, it really says a lot about you. Like you don't understand how serious I take this. It's nothing personal. It's not the song I was trying to make, you know?
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of emotional people out there. Like they just get upset over just small things.
Yeah.
But it does make sense that situation just didn't fit the sound, because if you invited them in the first place, it's obviously because you like what they do. It just didn't fit the piece in that particular scene. Like,
correct. And like just because that wasn't the verse that I was looking for, it does not mean we cannot work in the future. No, like you took it, like you knew exactly what I meant. You're professional about it. Bet let's work on another song that I feel like would sound more appropriate for both of our styles, you know. Not trying to like stay in the lane, but I'm just like, I don't know. Or like I'll be like, hey, like maybe you got something you can send me. It's like, why'd I always gotta be the one to send something to you? You know what I mean? It's like it goes both ways.
Yeah.
True. No, but those are good points. I mean, people, like the Wherelse said, there's a lot of emotional people.
Yeah, too many emotional people sometimes, bro.
Oh yeah.
And the hard part is always figure out who you're working with. Because like, if you do find one of these emotional people, so to say, don't want to put them all in a category or anything, but let's say it like it is right now. Do you feel like you just don't want to work with them anymore from that point on, or do you just give it some space? And
I pretty much just give it some space. I don't want to be like, oh, like I just dislike you as a person. It's like, no, I understand. Like everybody is going through different journeys. Everyone's in a different part of their life. You know, not everyone's happy. Like when you're happy, not everybody's going through their own thing. So like I totally get that. But as far as like, yeah, I'm not gonna jump into the next music project with you if you like give me a bad vibe. I don't know, man. Like I used to be so quick to jump on any song that anybody threw at me, but the more songs I make, the more I develop my sound, the more I'm more careful on what I get on, you know. It's nothing personal. It's just that, I don't know, I value my voice. I value my words. So I think that's really important about being an artist and define who you are. Just own your lane, you know, and know what works and what doesn't.
Are you the same type of way when you're featuring yourself on someone else's song? Because obviously, if you listen to Kendrick Lamar, his music, although it's always evolving, it has that type of sound, very gritty, very old school, but still very new and fresh. But it's that Kendrick Lamar sound. But if you listen to him on features, he'll go feature with a lot of different types of musicians and genres and all of that. So he doesn't not close himself up, but stay in his type of sound box. So are you the same, or do you just look to participate in others' projects who are fluent with what you already do on your own scene?
I mean, if it's like some straight hip hop, you know, the stuff that's my type of vibe, to me that just means it's gonna be easy. Like not as in effortless, but I'm gonna have fun doing it. Like I know this stuff like the back of my hand. But when someone throws like a track, like a whole different genre, and like I like it, like I'm a fan of all sorts of music. So just because it's not hip hop doesn't mean I'm not gonna hop on it. But if someone throws me like something with like a classic rock vibe, or my homie Westwood, he showed me some of his songs, and like it wasn't hip hop, and I was like immediately ready to get on those songs, and I was like, bro, it's just because like good music is good music. But I'm always up for the challenge if it makes sense for me, you know, and I'm not saying that Dank Zavala is one genre, because I feel like I kind of like proved that on Rendezvous that I'm not, that I'm like, I kind of can, you know, I like to rap, but sometimes I like to sing at least the notes that I can hit, because, you know, I'm still developing my vocal cords. I'm more of a spitter, if anything, but, you know, I like those melodic hooks. I like those harmonies. I love harmonies, dude. Harmonizing and layering a good chorus is nothing like, that's the shit that makes you say, oh, damn, like this could be a hit, you know? I'm not saying that you got to layer all your vocals, but that's what used to excite me when I was a kid. Not when I was a kid, but when I first started making music, when I first started like learning about layering vocals and harmonizing, like my dopamine just fucking goes through the roof when I hear something melodic and angelic, you know, like from the heavens. Like that's it makes the music sound godly is what I'm saying. Like I just fuck, man, what was the question?
Nah, you got it, bro. But I do feel you on that. Like you start feeling the song a lot more when you get into those types of details. Like that always pumps a guy up, like for sure.
The detail, for sure.
The details are everything. You know what else is everything though?
Oh shit!
I hate to do this.
We going here already?
Yeah, bro. Come on.
What's that?
Beatstars.com.
Let's get it.
There it is.
Let's get it.
Yo, beatstars.com. So BeatStars is, as usual, sponsoring this podcast. Thank you very much, BeatStars. And thank you for sponsoring the episode with our very first guest, Dank. If you don't know what BeatStars is a digital music marketplace where musicians and creatives in general can go over there to buy and sell beats. And you can also make available full songs, hooks. You can even get creative and sell design if you want to go about that way. You can sell voice tags, you can sell albums, sound kits. The array of stuff that you can sell on BeatStars is just amazing. It's a very full platform for you to make use of. One of the biggest points of BeatStars is the amount of placements that came out of the platform, such as Soulja Boy's She Make It Clap, which was a recent viral hit on TikTok. Lil Nas X's Old Town Road and CJ's Whoopty are also two of the top placements that are known of. And if you go to BeatStars Publishing on Instagram, you'll find more and more amazing placements that come from the platform, both as artists from BeatStars, but also beat makers from BeatStars, because that's what we are, producers, just putting our tracks out there for hits to come. And basically what we're offering you is 30 days of a trial for BeatStars. So you can use the coupon code checkpoint, and you can test out BeatStars for 30 days. If you like it, you can just keep on the subscription, and if you don't like it, you can cancel it before they start charging you. But from our experience, we believe that you'll just want to stick around, because the platform is so full with tools and all that it just makes sense to keep on going. So go over to beatstars.com/sell-beats and use the coupon code checkpoint for 30 days off your first month of your first subscription on BeatStars. Yeah, that's our sponsor, and amazingly enough, that's how I came to know you, Dank. I don't know, did you find me on BeatStars? Because I found about you, I believe, because of one of the beats that you purchased. I don't know if you found me on BeatStars directly or on any other socials, but that's how I came across you.
Yeah, shout out to BeatStars. You know what? I'm pretty sure, if I trying to recollect these memories, I'm pretty sure I stumbled across your beats on YouTube, and like I said, I would like rap over to your beats, like freestyle shit, for fun.
Yeah.
But I think I stumbled across your beats on. Were you ever on this channel called Fat Cat Beats?
Yeah, he was, I believe.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's how I found your beats, bro. Because around that time, one of my songs, Paper Planes, got picked up on that YouTube channel, and at the time, that was like the biggest thing that happened to me, like music wise, like just the recognition. And ever since then, I was like looking down the beats and producers that they had on their YouTube channel, and you were one of them. And then I'm pretty sure I liked your beat from there, and I started going through your beat catalog through your description, and then eventually I hit you up.
Yeah, Fat Cat Beats was clutch at the time. I know I wanted to get featured by them for the longest, and they eventually featured a couple of beats of mine that kind of blew up because of that. And even BeatStars got the attention of that beat. It was the Bourbon beat.
Bourbon, I remember that name.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember that title, bro.
And even BeatStars got the attention of that beat. And this was before I even got contracted by BeatStars, so it was fucking amazing.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that you found me via Fat Cat, though, or that you found me on Fat Cat. That's kind of dope, though.
Yeah, shout out to Fat Cat. I haven't really been keeping up lately, but that song that got picked up on there really opened a lot of doors for me. Like after that, it just showed me like to take my time on my writing, because before I wrote what I wrote on that song touched a lot of people from what people tell me when they reach out to me. But man, that just showed me right there to take your time on your songwriting, because before I wrote down on the pad what I wrote down for that song, it was like something dumb, like something that has nothing to do with that current concept. Yeah, but I started like really just taking serious about what I said and like the stuff that can have an impact. And yeah, dude, that really just opened my eyes to my artistic direction that I wanted to go in.
Everything just was timed perfectly in the sense.
For sure, man, for sure.
Fat Cat is definitely a clutch. Shout out to Fat Cat. They're probably not gonna listen to this at least anytime soon, but still, shout out to
Tag
Fat Cat.
them.
Yeah. Tag him, fuck it.
That's how you do that.
No, but shout out to Fat Cat. But that's dope, bro. It came kind of full circle that you found me on YouTube and then went to BeatStars, and it caught my attention. But yeah, so your main source of beats is YouTube mainly. Did BeatStars change a lot for you in that sense?
Well, I wouldn't say my main source of beats is YouTube. It used to be, like growing up.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny when I say growing up. I really mean just like a few years back.
Yeah.
But just scrolling. Yeah, I used to scroll through beats all the time on YouTube, and I'd freestyle to them and just try to catch a vibe for something. Like, you know, I'll say a little melody that I was like, oh, I'm gonna track this down. I'm gonna write this. This is dope. And then I'll go look for the producer and try to buy the beat if I'm serious about making a song to it. But no, I don't really go on YouTube like that to look for beats unless I'm just really just trying to freestyle for fun. You know, just have the microphone in my hand, my little SM58 Shure microphone, and just like spit something just to get the groove going, not to record or nothing, just for fun. But yeah, of course, the plan beats, BeatStars. You can find me on there all the time. I'm always scrolling through your shit. I was like, this guy, I'm seeing what he. Yeah, of course, to the producers. Of course, I have some producers. The ones that I did find, when I would look for beats through YouTube, I'm definitely still going through their BeatStars catalog for sure. But as far as like, I don't know, I hate to say it, but I'm not really like looking for new producers like that. I just eventually the right ones hit me up from experience, and if we can build a connection from there and your beats are dope, then that's a good sign.
For sure.
But yeah, because I also got a lot of producers here in the valley where I'm from that are my good friends, and we're always like getting beats off each other too. But yeah, I don't know, man. And I do say I rely on my producer friends, and including yourself, because I rarely rap to my own instrumentals. Like I used to make way more instrumentals back in the day, but I just started writing a lot more and fell in love with that currently. But I do get back on a beat here and there. I actually just produced a beat for this cypher for Washington State, for a county that's more south of where I'm from.
Oh, that's dope.
Anyways, but yeah, that's a good example of me getting back on the keyboard and the pads to produce something. But yeah, so it's really easy for me to produce something for somebody else. But as far as like myself, I'll spend so much time mixing that beat down where it's not even fresh to me anymore, and I hate that because it'd be a dope beat. It'd be a really dope beat, man.
Yeah.
And
but you're just tired of it.
Yo, I hear that a lot from artists that also produce.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything with it.
Yeah, you just want
to give it out for adoption.
Exactly. You just want to finish it and just move on. Like, or sometimes I would finish the beat and it would just be sitting in my drive for like a year where it sounds fresh all over again. I'm like, okay, it was meant for this very moment right here.
Yeah, distancing yourself from whatever you're doing sometimes helps as well.
For sure.
No, there's a lot of beats that I've made that I just don't want to. But after a few months, maybe I'll start falling in love with them again.
Yeah. It's all about just like catching that moment, that very moment. That's why like if I ever do pick up the microphone and freestyle to a beat and whatever I'm freestyling like sounds out dope, I gotta, like I said, I'll go back and track it down and be like, oh, this is not just some hoopla. This is actually like something that could sprout into something beautiful. I gotta write down this beat right here, see if it's available, and yeah, you never know. You gotta catch that moment, like I said. Like Eminem said, if you had one shot.
Mom spaghetti.
Please don't demonetize it. Mom spaghetti. Yeah. Hey, bro, and what was it, like 25 years later, he now has Mom Spaghetti's restaurant?
Yeah.
It came full circle, bro.
Get the fuck out of here. That's not real, is it?
It is.
It is. You haven't heard of this?
For album promo.
Yeah, Eminem.
No, this is new to me.
Bro, he opened up I don't know if it's a food chain or just a restaurant, but he basically opened up a Mom Spaghetti restaurant.
Wow.
Initially, it was just like an event to promote, I think, an anniversary of the MMLP. But eventually, he actually opened up a restaurant.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, that's how you capitalize.
That's what I'm talking about. About
Smart.
like just going all out with the artistic side of things. Like, you know, he didn't know he was gonna do that when he first rapped that line. But, you know, like you said, 25 years later, he has his own spaghetti shop. Like, you know, you never know when like
bro.
a bar, I can drop a bar and then it could like become something big, like you know?
Yeah, because it becomes like this sort of stamp.
Yeah.
And 8 Mile definitely became a stamp. No, bro, but that's 100% what I agree with what you're saying. Wherelle, feel free to give some input as well. You barely spoke so far.
Yeah, I know. I barely speak anyway.
No worries.
True, but
no, I got a good question, but I didn't want to throw it in just yet. I wanted to kind of save it towards more of the end. We talk about Vice and stuff, so.
All right, sounds good. And you'll keep that, and you'll keep shut until then. Sounds good.
Yep, I'm just be quiet the whole time.
Yeah, dope. So another question that we had was, obviously you've worked with a lot of different producers and artists as well, but especially producers, since that's what Darrell and I are. And considering the types of experience you might have had in the past, good or bad, what do you value in a producer, and what do you think producers in general, if there's like some type of generalized aspect that you've experienced, feel like producers could be better? If that makes sense. I can rephrase it if it was confusing.
No, that makes sense. I mean, just like the artists, just everyone should stand out with their own sound, you know. The reason why I work with the producers I work with to this day is because they got their own unique sound, you know, just like the artists that I work with. So they should definitely keep that in mind. Just like, I don't know, everyone is just trying to produce what everyone else is producing, just like with the music. Because I don't know, I just go based off the ear, you know, just like with my mixing. I hear something dope, I know it's dope, but I don't know. And just maybe give the artist some sort of insight on like what inspired you to make that beat. Or at least, I mean, I'm not saying you gotta like go full in depth to do like, but just like, I don't know, like just build a connection with the artist if you're trying to work with them on some real art level type shit, you know. Yeah. Like I said, there's always those producers and people that are just trying to sell you, you know, like 20 beats for $10 each, like, and they're all not what I'm looking for, you know. But no hate to them, because you gotta get your money.
No, for sure.
But I don't know, I'm all about quality over quantity. I'm just big on quality, you know, and I just try to improve that every single time. And I feel like, yeah, producers can definitely apply that to their own music as well. Shout out to those, like, there's even, I like when producers, even though I don't always like accept their offer, but when their instrumentals aren't what I'm looking for, they'll be like, oh, let me make something custom for you. Like if those like 20 beats that I heard from you were not at all what I was looking for, then it's like, it's all good, bro. Like, I'm just gonna tell you to like, man, like, respect, but like, just not what I'm looking for. Like, you don't even gotta do that. I'm not gonna waste your time. But yeah, man, just be honest. You know, one thing I don't like when a producer does, this irritates me. But I keep it cool and I keep it cool and don't even like call them out. But like when someone pretends to listen to your music, they're like, "Oh, I heard this song so and it's awesome." And I was like, and you could tell it's just not. They did not listen to that. You know, it's like
you're lying to try to get your way in to get good graces with somebody instead of just being extremely genuine. You can tell when somebody actually listened. Because you're going to see that person, he's probably going to comment and like and support your music in some way. He's not just going to say, I listened to this song, so buy my beats.
Right.
Just the other day, I got a comment about how someone loved the rap that I had on my like second last beat. And I was like, bro, what? Damn it.
Blocked.
Exactly. No, but yeah, the bot-like approaches from producers are insane, and not just producers, but yeah, it is an epidemic.
Yeah.
So I do have a question. If a producer says less work, how are you taking that?
This is just those stay in my message requests, and I don't open them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like I said, that from the jump doesn't sound sincere.
Yeah.
And when I'm not telling you to like. I'm not telling these guys to be extra, be like, oh, please, let's work. I'm just saying like tell me about yourself a little bit, you know, like tell me how you found me and why do you think we'll sound good together. Just a little background. That's it, man. That's it. Instead of
be an actual person.
Exactly, dude. Be a human being.
Yeah. I'm
not a bot. You know, there's enough of those online.
Let's work on communication. That's what we got to work on.
True. Yes, sir. True. Communication and honesty. 100%. Yeah.
Was that your question?
No, that wasn't my smoking gun.
Oh, okay. No, well, you can lead from here. Hey, go ahead.
Okay, you want me to bring out the smoking gun?
Do you feel
I'm about to bring it out? Time? Bang bang.
Do it.
No, it's about the time.
Okay.
I was going to ask because you mentioned you have a 9 to 5. So how do you manage having a job and making music at the same time? Because I know that's a struggle for a lot of artists, and they complain about trying to find the time to make music when they're constantly working and they don't feel up to it. They feel tired after their jobs and all that. So how does that work for you?
I mean, not only do I have a 9 to 5 and do this music shit, but I also have a family, man. I got 2 kids. I got a wife.
Right. Yeah.
You know? And so that's all, I gotta juggle all that. And on top of that, like I'm just a family man in general, bro. So it's like I try to be there for everybody as much as possible, but at the same time, they know what I take serious as far as my craft. So I'm always like going hard at this stuff, whether it's performing and recording and networking, that takes time out of my day. Mixing, that takes a lot of time out of my day. But I've had those moments where I felt like I was gonna break under pressure multiple times. Even it would happen to this day. Like it can happen tomorrow. I'm like, God damn, I got a lot of shit that I gotta do, that I put the pressure on myself, and I got no one to blame. I don't, you can't really. What the best advice I can give for anybody that's going through that same hustle on their grind, just don't point no fingers. I mean, if this is really what you signed up for, then this is what you signed up for. And sometimes every now and then we get a reality check, things don't always go your way. But that's the stuff that writes, that's the juice that goes behind the music, like sometimes you need those breaking points, because I don't know, man, like I've had like a lot of moments where I felt like I was low. The best thing I could do, at least what I told myself, was that I could make a song out of this. Why am I going to bitch and complain online or to anybody, like when I can just do what I do best?
Right.
And this song doesn't got to be put out or nothing, but it'll be a good way to get this emotion and frustration off my chest in the best way that I can, and if I do decide to put it out one day, it could help somebody that's going through it. Even, like I said, capture the moment, because there's nothing like real emotion behind this music that can connect with somebody. It all is like not just the words, not just the things you say, but how you say it. But yeah, man, it can get hectic sometimes. True. But really, it's all about balancing. Everybody knows that it's about balance. You gotta I am in this room, in the studio, like a lot, working on my craft, always trying to make the song better than the last one. But at the same time, I gotta be there for my kids. I I gotta go to work and pay the bills. I gotta check on my friends that are like, who knows, going through shit. We're all going through shit.
Yeah.
Just everybody doesn't say it, and I'm one of those people sometimes. But it just, the best thing I can do, man, is just, as far as the frustration, is just I can just use it as fuel for this music to go harder, like just to push myself to with this music stuff to the point where I don't even need a 9 to 5, where like my music would start paying the bills. You know, it's like okay, like I don't know, like right now my schedule is pretty decent where I have more time to make music like I want to in a way, but I would love to eventually do this music full time and have that pay my rent, and just off the strength of just the core fan base, you know, and streams and people downloading your stuff for real. Yeah, man, I just use it as fuel and motivation. I really just, I'm about to be 29 this year, so I can't let that shit break me. I didn't come this far to curl up in a ball and hide in the corner. Like, I got things to do. I got legacy to fulfill. I got a future ahead of me. Someone told me that they like the lyrics that I'm saying all the time, and it opened my eyes because I never really realized it. They're like, I like your stuff. I like you, Dank Zavala, because people rap about this and that, but you rap about the future. You rap about what's to come, and in the most positive manner, like what you're manifesting.
Hell yeah.
And I fuck with that. And I never realized that, and I was like, holy shit, I do. I am like, in a way, manifesting a positive outcome for my future, especially if I keep going the way that I'm going, because right now it's going good. Like I said, I'm active with the shows. The music is getting better. The Plan Beats keep sending me doper and doper beats. So it's like, like I said, the potential is fucking through the roof as far as like where this career is going. It's funny because like when someone reaches out to me, they're like, "Oh, dude, like I'm so happy that your career is going good." I don't know how to take that. I'm like, motherfucker, this ain't no career yet. You know that. I don't know. Like I don't know. I'm really, a lot of people tell me I'm humble. A lot of people tell me I'm really, really humble. And sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I just want to just be really, really, really confident and just claim my shit and just be like, nobody's fucking with me, you know, as in on this level, you know. I feel like everybody has a right to do that, but you just like with this 9 to 5 and family music, you got to find a balance and not look like an asshole. You can't be an asshole. You gotta like know, I don't know, who you are from within, for sure.
Nah, bro, you can be humble and still be like, nah, this my shit.
Yeah, still talk your shit, for sure.
And you've earned that right.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to talk your shit sometimes. You're right. It's just knowing when to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you're just completely talking shit and you ain't got 1 ounce of humbleness, and like, yeah.
Exactly. No, but you're definitely on the way, bro. I've been paying attention to you for the past couple of years since you hit me up and since we linked up. And the amount of progress has been noticeable ever since, like you said, I see you on Instagram just sharing that you're going on stage somewhere. You're constantly releasing projects. If it's not on streaming, it's on SoundCloud, but there's something new all the time going out. I see you on those functions with Redman and shit. I see you got a cypher with BeatStars. You even got on Sway Universes recently.
Yeah.
And although unfortunately you didn't go till the end, you still went through. So what was the process of that? It was just an entry and he decided that you were included in it, right? And then you passed on to...
Yeah, you just had like people spit, bunch of MCs spit a 16 to the beat they provided, and did a little video to it. I decided to record a song to it, or at least my vocals, and then just do a little video off my phone and just put those two together. Cause like I feel like when people actually hear you recording on whether it's a quick Instagram video, it pretty much like brings them in once it makes them want to listen to your actual music.
Yeah.
Like I seen that in the comments. They're like, yo, this guy's vocals actually sound pretty good. I want to hear the rest of his music. I'm like, oh shit. You know, I might not win this competition, but I just got a potential fan right there, and they might go through my catalog now. So yeah, but anyways, shout out to Sway. Yeah, me and Sway definitely meet on the right day and time. You know, I'm confident about my journey, and I'll earn my spot. And it might not even be through a tournament. It would be probably on his actual show sometime. You know, after I climb this ladder of success and whatnot. if I keep going, you never know. Possibilities are endless.
For sure, bro.
Anyways, that tournament was he just did a video to a 16 bars he did, and after like certain rounds, you're supposed to make another one. I made it to like round 2, and I didn't make it, but at the same time, it's all good. It's always all good. I'm not a sore loser when it comes to those things.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, you heard that. You heard the bars in that video, right?
Yeah. They were fire, bro.
Thank you, bro. It was bars on top of bars. So like, to me, that's what I got out of that. I sharpened my sword, whatnot, and it was a cool experience. And I had to make it even better. All the people that were supporting me, that meant a lot to me, and that's what matters. It's not about winning or losing. It's just about knowing that you got people that support you and that you earn that shit. Yeah, man, that was cool.
That was fire, bro. I was kind of heartbroken that you didn't go past that, but it was still really dope that you got inside the whole tournament shit and you got some type of recognition. Like,
it was exciting.
And getting those eyes on you is also pretty dope. Like, I always love those types of setups where it's like the 16 bars and the ciphers and all that, because it just brings me back to that old school type of hip hop with which I grew up. So it was definitely a really dope movement to get and be a part of. So definitely congrats for that, bro. Regardless.
Thank you. Man, I feel like as soon as we're done, I'm gonna have all these questions when it's pointless. But at the top of my head, man, I mean, are you guys got any projects you guys are working on?
Well, our EP.
Yeah.
That's a project.
We're working on an EP.
Okay. Just beats? A bunch of producing?
Just beats, but we are gonna invite you in.
Yeah.
Gotta
have you on there.
We got a couple of other artists we want to get inside, because it would be our third EP, and we want to do this one a bit differently. We want to get it a bit more in depth and actually make it a bigger experience for everyone who listens to it. But yeah, we're working on the EP. We got the podcast, which is already a pain since day one.
It's been fun though.
Yeah, it has been fun.
Well, this is really the first episode? This is the first episode, he said?
No. It's been a pain since the
first episode with a guest.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a pain since the first episode.
Okay. Yeah. No, but yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on. Personally, I also have an EP, which I just left in the slums for now because I just can't focus on everything. I don't know about the Rel, but he's like doing beats every single day, so.
Drum kits. That's what I got in the works.
Sound kits and shit.
The top secret drum kits, baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But what about you, man? What do you got going on? We're opening up the floor for you to promote your shit. Like, let people know what you're working on, where you're at, where they can find you, all that shit.
Yeah, for sure. Let me start locally. I mean, people that are watching across the world probably don't know these places I'm talking about. But if you do, if you're in Washington State, got a lot of shows going on. You know, like for example, April 2nd, I'll be in Spokane, performing at a cannabis industry party. Shout out to Terpene Transit. And then April 9th, I'll be in Cedar Woolley, performing at Big Rock Woolley Market with a bunch of my talented musician peers. You know, we all get down on the mic and we get a good vibe going for the stage and the crowd. Yeah, and then some more shows after that still had to be revealed. But as far as projects, you know, we got a music video. Me and the gang got a really good music video coming real soon, and no one knows about that. But yeah, expect a music video from me and the crew in the springtime, probably April, for sure. April, I'm saying. I don't even know if I want to say the name. Going up now, but anyways.
Wow, we getting exclusives over here. Hell yeah. Yeah, shout out to Marcel and the crew, getting down on the videography. And then, yeah, I'm working on plenty of new music, man. This year, I'm going to focus on a lot of singles. I don't know about a lot, but the ones, you know, some really good singles before I release a full-length project. I'm always trying to do things differently and, like, better. I'm trying to step up my marketing, especially now. You know, networking's going good. But yeah, like I've said before on the previous podcast I was on, I'm just I'm trying to get this new music that I'm doing around these times to the masses, you know. Just I want everybody to hear this because it's got to be heard. I don't know, I don't know, man. This music is really, really good. It's getting better and better to the point where I just can't. There's no way I can. It's pretty much like I'm holding it from everybody else if I don't go pitch it as much as possible. You know, I'm just trying to step it up overall, bro. Yeah, but just some videos, some singles. I do have a project in mind, but that's definitely under development. Yeah, man.
just expect me to evolve like Charmander to Charizard. Know what I'm saying?
Let's go, bro. Super Charizard, because that's a thing now. Yeah. I think, is it Super Charizard? It's some shit like that. Like they're going crazy with Pokemon now. Yeah, bro, go to the Ultra. No, for sure.
So what's your social media?
You can follow me on Instagram at Dank Zavala. That's DANKZAVALA. Facebook, I'm under Dank Zavala. Twitter, I'm under Dank Music. Yeah, man. Find me on YouTube. YouTube, like I said, got a video coming, so make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I just look up Dank Zavala. I think the YouTube channel is The Music 1993. That's THEMUZIK 1993. Yeah.
Go stream Reflections. Go support the boy. And show him some love on socials. Let him know what you thought of the project. And luckily for you, if you like Reflections, he's got a plethora of music already available. So definitely go check out Dank.
Do that. You're not going to be disappointed at all.
Appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
Only by this podcast with the hosts that it has. But other than that, as usual, you can find Collab Gem on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and probably more that I'm not aware of at Collab Gem. Your host, The Plan Beats, as well, everywhere, and Terrell Banks.
Don't even bother looking for me.
Yeah.
My social media is fucked.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the rel is just here to mark a spot. Anyway, anyways, thank you very much, Dank, for being our very first guest.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Of course. Appreciate you guys for having me on board.
Of course, man. It's been a huge pleasure. Big insight on a lot of topics. And if you got any questions for Dank, for us, or regarding this episode or even previous episodes, feel free to reach out to us on social media or our email, collabgem@gmail.com. And yeah, that's what it is. Let's call it a wrap and play the outro.
Yeah, that's it. Peace.
Peace out, everyone.
Peace.